Hey guys, and welcome back to another update video. Sorry it's taken such a long time for me to do the next one, but weather hasn't been that great lately. There's been a lot of snow, very cold, and really I didn't want to get outside. I've also been doing a bit of travel lately, so haven't really had too much of a chance to spend in the garden. But to be honest, there's not a lot going on. It is winter, it's cold, and really not a lot happens in the garden. Today we have a few chores to check in on. Got to turn the compost, got to check on the worms, and we'll give you a bit of an update to the seeds that I've been growing. So today's job is going to be just to turn over these compost heaps that I've created. We've got these two over here in the new raised beds. Just need to give them a bit of a turnover. And then obviously the big compost pile that I have at the back here, need to give that a turn. Looks like it's doing quite well. Today just want to give all these a bit of a turn. Not much I can do in the greenhouse at the moment. Still need to give a bit of a tidy in there. Still want to make adjustments to the tables, but we've still got some time before I start putting plants out here. You can also see a bit of a mess in there with the wires. I'm making some changes to my system just to make it a bit more foolproof. So that's it. So let's go turn over the compost pile. Not a fun job, but a necessary one. I thought we should do a bit of an update in the wormery. I've actually harvested two of these trays, so these come in various trays. I've taken off the two bottom layers and ended up with quite a lot of good vermicompost. The problem is it's quite moist, and with the weather we've been having lately I haven't really had a chance to take it outside to dry it out a bit. But it's not a problem. It's actually, I still need to sift it through, but there's still quite a bit of organic matter in there that needs to be broken down, and you can see there's actually a few worms in here still. So I'm just going to leave it for a while until the weather improves and I can take it outside, spread it out and dry it out a bit, and I'll have some nice vermicompost to use. You see there's a couple worms in there still. But what I've also been doing, I just started a new bin. I'm just trying something out. Just a quick one here. Just put a few worms in from my existing bin, and yeah, they should start populating in a little while, so we'll see. Just a bit of an experiment, so we'll see how this bin gets on. And then of course we've got the wormeries over here. Quite a lot of activity. I was digging through it a little bit earlier. There's quite a lot of worms. You see the worms down there. There's quite a lot down the bottom. So they're happily doing what they need to do. With this cold weather, they're not as active as they would normally be, but they still are active and they still are laying their cocoons. So we're still getting a lot of babies come through. So I'm quite happy with it. But as soon as summer kicks in, this will go into overdrive and I'll start getting a lot of activity and a lot of new worms. And when that happens, I've got some ideas for starting a bit of a outdoor wormery. So that's in a future video. I'll be doing that, making one outside and seeing how it lasts through the summer. I don't think there'll be any problem, but we'll see how it goes through the winter, especially when there are those days where the top layers might freeze. We'll see how the worms do, but that's for another video. It's now the 10th of March and seedlings are coming along nicely. I planted them all around the 28th, well, we can see on the labels there, 28th of January. They're doing very well. There's a couple that I planted a bit later, like these cayenne here, 19th of Feb. And I did a bit of an experiment this time around. Normally I pot from the seed trays up to this size pot over here and then move on to the bigger size like that before finally going into the bigger pot that I use once I put them outside. And this year I just wanted to test what the difference would really be if I go straight from the seed tray right into the big pot. So that there's a sweet banana, and at the same time that I planted that one, I planted this one over here. So that's the other sweet banana. And you can see that actually the one in the big pot is doing very well. So maybe next year I won't pot up so many times, maybe just do it twice. So from the seed trays up to the bigger size pot like that one over there, and then straight into the bigger pot once these are well established. The only other challenge I have is, obviously I have about 20, I think it's about 21 plants in this tray over here under these lights, and then on this side here I have about 22, 23, and if I had them all in the big pot like the one at the back there, then unfortunately they won't fit in here and I'd have to find another way to give enough light. So I'll have to think that through, but something, maybe a project for next year. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a quick one, not a lot of interesting things going on, but just thought I'd give you a quick update to what I'm doing in the garden. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. There's going to be far more interesting stuff than this video, so keep checking back. And also, please check out the video series I'm doing at the moment on how to grow peppers for beginners. If you are getting started with growing peppers, then have a look at that. It might help you out, might give you some good tips. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye.